A couple Alabama guys, commitments anyway. So I shouldn't say they're guys yet, but they're commitments. Ryan Williams visited Auburn last weekend. Perry Thompson said he's 60% committed to Alabama. I don't even know what that means. Either you're committed or you're not, right? Oh, I'm 60%. That's more than 50. What do you got on these two guys? Any pause for concern?
Yeah, I think it's really early. I think we haven't seen this many commits at this juncture in their recruitment. These guys have just finished up their junior year of, not even their junior year. They finished up their junior football season, just in the last 2 months. So, they're starting to, feel the attention that all these 2023 guys were seeing over the course of this last year. And now all the attention's on them. And, they're getting a lot of, different schools that are coming after them that are prioritizing them. That, you're seeing a lot of different colleges visit high schools this month, and you're going to continue to see that. You're going to continue to see Alabama commits take visits. Now, going through the list of Alabama commits right now, I mean, you have Julian Sayin, who just received an offer from Ohio State last week. Julian came out. We had an interview with him after the Ohio State offer. He pretty much locked in with Alabama, not really interested. Sterling Dixon, edge linebacker out of Mobile Christian. I think that there's obviously some schools that are still, pushing hard for him. Auburn, LSU, those were on his short list when he made the decision. But, he also seems pretty locked in with that commitment to Alabama right now. So the other guys, Jalen Mbakwe is going to take a visit to LSU this upcoming weekend. He's Alabama's highest rated commitment, 5-star consensus athlete out of Clay Chalkville, but, not really somebody that we're too concerned about. I mean, he was at every single Alabama home game. He recruits heavily for Alabama. He wears Alabama gear everywhere he goes. I think he's just kind of enjoying the recruiting process a little bit, and will continue to take visits. And then you look at, Perry Thompson, coming out saying that he was 60% committed, which, I don't know what that means.
I'm 60% committed to you, Bone.
I know.
On the show right now.
He took a visit.
I'm just kidding.
He took a visit to Auburn 2 weekends ago. He's going to visit Tennessee. A lot of these guys just don't like, the amount of pressure that's on them as a commitment, taking a visit elsewhere, seeing everybody talk about how, we're getting this kid on campus this weekend. He's committed. And then you have all the fans tweeting at him, don't go there. Stick with your commitment. And, maybe he just threw something out there, threw a wild number out there. I think Perry's pretty solid with his commitment, but that 60%, you always go like, what does that really mean? So I do think Perry is interested in other programs. I think he's going to take some other visits, enjoy it, but at the same time, he's been pretty rock solid as far as recruiting players, trying to help recruit players to Alabama. Has a good connection with Alabama commits. So we'll kind of see what happens there. Now, I did talk to Ryan Williams, and we'll have a really in-depth interview with Ryan Williams on Bama Insider on Wednesday morning. So I encourage you to go check that interview out. But he took a visit to Auburn this past weekend. His father played there for a couple of years before he ended up transferring. So grew up in an Auburn household. Has always liked Auburn, but just didn't have a really good connection with the previous coaching staff. Now the new staff's coming after him pretty hard. They really want him, but he's still pretty rock solid with the commitment to Alabama. Just won Mr. Football in the state a couple of weeks ago, first sophomore to ever win the award. I mean, this is a just absolute special football player. I would not be surprised if he's the number one wide receiver in the country by the time he's a senior. And, I think he's got a chance to, potentially challenge to be, maybe even number one overall. I mean, that's how good this kid is. I mean, he's a little undersized at 6 foot, 165 pounds. So a little, but once again, he's only a sophomore. So, right now, I guess he'd probably be a little bit bigger than Devontae Smith was at this stage in high school. So he compares himself to Devontae. So that Devontae and J-Mo were his two favorite college wide receivers growing up. So I've got a feeling that this is going to be one of the next great superstars. I'm not saying there's not other superstar wide receivers that are at Alabama right now, but this is special talent right here. I'm really excited to see kind of what he's going to be able to do at the college level, because he's been absolutely spectacular at the high school level so far. But saying that, we know that he's going to be a top end recruit. I mean, he is going to be one of the best overall recruits in the country. So a lot of schools are going to be coming after him. So Alabama's going to have to obviously continue recruiting him hard and making sure he feels like a top priority all the way until he signs.
Hey, what's good, fam? It's Kyle Henderson. Thank you very much for watching this video. Check out our other related content right here on Bama Insider. Be sure and like and subscribe, inching closer to 100,000 subscribers right here on Bama Insider.